Maurice Strong, I guess the Honorable Maurice Strong, guy from Canada here, he's pretty much the godfather of what we call the climate change bullshit. All right? Now, you want to know more about this guy, go check out the bio on Wikipedia, because they love him and will actually have no problem giving you all 15 paragraphs of how often he has screwed every country over, like what this guy did to South Africa is unreal. We hoofed him out of Canada because he was involved in a massive money scandal. They brush it off, but it was enough that he had to actually physically leave Canada and go to China for a bunch of years. You got to remember who this guy is. He was the first, I believe, the first head of Petro-Canada, and then he went to the Ontario Energy Commission and was part of the whole let's turn it into Hydro One debacle back in the day. And this is going on when putting the windmills up at the exact same time as they're doing a massive refurbishment at one of the largest nuclear facilities in the world that are like not that far away from each other. We did not need the windmills. Fuck, they're an absolute waste of money. And this guy got all of that money that we wasted. Oh yeah, he's one of those World Economic Forum people, because when he went to China, he became part of the Environmental Advisory Committee to the United Nations, because he was part of the inspection team that went over there and was talking about all the nasty things that China was doing and all the great things that Canada could set as an example on to do all of his taxing plan he had for carbon. And we all, astronomers, archaeologists, and the guys that do real research on the ground, who do new research, and we don't still rely on stuff people made up 70 years ago as what is archaeological fact, and for that matter, climate fact, because all of the research that was used when Maurice Strong set up the recommendations for environmental change at a global level, you need global organizations. And so this is where you have the World Economic Forum was pretty much born or involved with environmental changes on the earth more than anything. These are the people that run the universities and have all great funding. So if you want to look for things like oil or petroleum or anything that goes along their agenda of what the history and future is of this planet, then that's what they fund. And if you're on board, then they will give you the money to do it. That's the evil part of it, because that's actually nothing to do with what real science is and what real history is. It's stuff they create. They create it. That's what the World Economic Forum does. Remember that creepy Klaus Schwab guy that likes to penetrate our prime minister and half of his cabinet? Yeah, that guy. And his whole organization, the existence of the organization. This all came from a document, and we've all heard the Agenda 21 Project for a New American Century stuff. Well, this is where Maurice Strong comes into the picture, because he's part of that whole program, all right? And he's also the one that advised the world on carbon neutral. The entire story that Al Gore in his Inconvenient Truth story, which is absolute bullshit and based on fake bullshit science. You gotta remember, the science that they're using is calibrated by measurements that are the people making money from all of the extra environmental friendly products, number one, that you buy, that are still made from the same container of oil, by the way, to just plain taxing you to make money on a bullshit lie.